SourceFed is a news website and YouTube channel created by Philip DeFranco in January 2012 as part of YouTube's $100 million original channel initiative and was originally produced by James Hafner. SourceFed now mainly focuses on popular culture, news, and technology. As of March 14, 2016, the SourceFed channel has accumulated over 1.7 million subscribers and 843 million video views. Creation and ownership. Inception. SourceFed was an idea Philip DeFranco had been considering as an evolution of his own YouTube channel. In an interview with Forbes, DeFranco stated that he originally wanted to turn his daily show into several daily segments. He added that there was confusion among his audience when this format was tested, convincing DeFranco that he would need to create a new series to not alienate, but grow his audience. The SourceFed YouTube channel was created in April 2011, and was originally based on a blog of the same name. The channel became defunct shortly afterwards. However, in late 2011, YouTube began its funding of original or premium content channels. DeFranco revealed that he acquired the funding to launch the channel by originally promising YouTube that the channel would be run as a celebrity gossip channel, and that it would consist of a single show rather than multiple different shows. However, DeFranco negotiated for less funding, in return to have creative control over the channel's content. The funding would be provided by YouTube, as the channel was part of YouTube's original content initiative. Due to DeFranco's position as a YouTube partner, the website offered him funding for an original channel, the channel which he created. SourceFed was one of these channels. The channel was originally produced by James Hafner. The channel launched as an original channel on January 23, 2012. In 2012, Reuters reported that DeFranco had plans to create a news network, along with the staple show, SourceFed. 5 additional shows began airing within the first month of the channel's January 2012 launch. Curbs Cash, One-on-One, DeFranco Inc., Behind the Scenes, Commentary and Bloopers. Curbs Cash ended in March 2012. The New Movie Thing Show, a movie review series, and a movie club-style series titled The SourceFed Movie Club were launched in May 2012. Since then, SourceFed has debuted new additions to the channel's lineup. As additional content was being introduced, the SourceFed crew expanded, adding hosts and editors to its team. Spin-off and acquisition by Revision 3. On May 16, 2013, a spin-off show, SourceFed Nerd, stylized as SourceFed Nerd, was announced. A teaser trailer was released, promising the debut of the channel on May 20. The New Movie Thing Show, the SourceFed Movie Club, and #Table Talk were moved to the Nerd channel. The spin-off channel hosted a live version of the #Table Talk series during the YouTube Comedy Week. In 2013, the online stream was received well, being successful in terms of both raw viewership, as well as viewer retention. On September 19, 2013, the SourceFed Nerd channel reached 500,000 subscribers. On the Nerd channel, several topics relating to nerd culture are covered. When conventions related to the fields of gaming and technology, such as say, occur, the channel sends some of its hosting personalities to cover news from the convention. During her time on the channel, Trisha Hirschberger was a frequent on-field reporter, as well as generally associated with discussing tech news. In June 2013, Philip DeFranco sold SourceFed along with the other channels under his DeFranco Creative portfolio to Revision 3. DeFranco also became an exec of Discovery Digital Networks and the senior vice president of Philip DeFranco Networks and Merchandise as a result of the move. DeFranco's SourceFed channel was already signed under the Revision 3 network. In June 2016, DeFranco clarified that he has no hands on the creative decisions made on SourceFed. Quote, hosting hosts Joe Barita, Lee Newton, and Elliot Morgan were the three original hosts on the series and served as the main channel's news hosts. On April 2, 2014, Morgan announced that he would be leaving the channel. In December 2014, Barita announced he would be leaving SourceFed. On March 28, 2015, Newton announced her departure from SourceFed. Elliot Morgan and Joe Barita have made guest appearances on the channel, with Morgan later appearing on the channel's series, The Study, and Barita being featured in a podcast, as well as an episode of Table Talk. Steve Zaragoza, Meg Turney, and Trisha Hirschberger were a second wave of news hosts introduced from February to July 2012, when the SourceFed NED spin-off was launched. Zaragoza, Turney, and Hirschberger were featured as the main three hosts of the channel. On April 3, 2014, Turney announced that she would be leaving the channel. On March 25, 2015, Trisha Hirschberger announced on Twitter that she would be leaving SourceFed and did so on April 21, 2015, but promised to return frequently and would indeed make guest appearances. Ross Everett was introduced as the seventh on-camera recurring host, after spending time as writer for the series. In April 2014, DeFranco announced he was moved back to his writing position. However, near the end of the month, Everett announced his complete departure from SourceFed. In a Tumblr blog post, which had less fanfare surrounded than Morgan's attorney's departures, William Haynes, Matt Lieberman, and Raina Scully were introduced as a third batch of hosts in March 2014, serving as the de facto replacements for Morgan, Everett, and Turney. Philip DeFranco, DJ Waldridge, and Danny Rosenberg have made occasional appearances as hosts or reporters. DeFranco is the creator of SourceFed and was a frequent host in its first two launch weeks. Waldridge is an editor for the series. Sam Bashaw accepted an offer to become an official host on the SourceFed and Nerd channels in February 2015. He was previously a writer for the channels and made several appearances in videos. He was also the host for DeFranco's merchandising branch, For Human Peoples. Bashaw announced his departure from the For Human Peoples branch of DeFranco's network on February 18, 2015. On March 24, 2015, it was announced that Brie Esrig, YouTuber and co-host of Pop Trigger on the Young Turks networks, would be joining the SourceFed team as an official host. On February 24, 2015, popular YouTuber Steven Suptic, formerly known as MLGHWNT, joined SourceFed in order to launch the gaming-focused sister channel Super Panic Frenzy. SourceFed announced on May 14, 2015 that Australian TV and radio host Maude Garrett would join as a full-time host. On the August 18, 2016 episode, Garrett announced that she'll be leaving SourceFed on August 24, 2016. On June 14, 2016, Jessica Hernandez-Cruz joined SourceFed in order to be a co-host with William Haynes on the People Be Like channel. On August 22, 2016, Whitney Moore joined SourceFed as a full-time host after being a long-time guest host and now co-hosts SourceFed NED with Bashaw. On August 5, 2016, Ava Gordy joined SourceFed as a new host on its main channel. On August 8, 2016, Candice Carrizales joined SourceFed as a new host on its main channel. On August 29, 2016, in a video on her personal channel, Raina Scully announced that she left SourceFed. On August 29, 2016. In a post on his personal Facebook page, New Media Rockstars host Philip Molina announced he was joining SourceFed. This was later confirmed in a video on the channel itself. The August 2016 hosting changes established SourceFed's main channel hosts as Lieberman, Esrig, Falzone, Gordy and Carrizales with Haynes. SourceFed's current hosts are Bashor, Moore and Molina. Nuclear Family's talent and writing team includes Lieberman, Esrig, Zaragoza and others. People Be Like's main host is Haynes with Hernandez Cruz as a co-host. In September 2016, Steven Supsick, former co-host of Super Panic Frenzy, returned to the company as a SourceFed host. Host timeline guest hosts SF News guest hosts, reporters. 2014 changes in hosting lineup. In April 2014, it was announced that Elliot Morgan and Meg Turney would both be leaving SourceFed by the end of the month. DeFranco asked for the cooperation and support of SourceFed fans in relation to the announcements. DeFranco also gave information on the whereabouts of Ross Everett, stating he had been moved back as a writer, as he had not appeared in front of the camera as a host in an unusually long period. Everett himself responded to Turney's and Morgan's departure announcements by comically tweeting, "I'm leaving at SourceFed," a reference to a character on the series. The announcements came after a month in which three new hosts, William Haynes, Rainwar Scully, and Matt Lieberman, were introduced. On April 11, 2014, Morgan appeared in his last video, the 115th episode of Commentary. On April 18, 2014, Turney appeared in her last video on an episode of Nerd Commentary. However, on April 20, additional blooper footage featuring Morgan and Turney was uploaded. Soon after, on April 21, Everett posted the announcement of his departure via his Twitter account. Similar to Morgan and Turney, Everett shortly departed from SourceFed on good terms. His departure allowed him to work on the new show, which, like SourceFed, is part of Discovery Digital's online catalog of entertainment. Morgan and Turney would also appear in other media promptly after their departures. Morgan would work with Mashable, while Turney would become a Rooster Teeth personnel. On December 19, 2014, during a commentary episode, Barita announced he would be leaving SourceFed as well. Barita posted a blog entry on his website detailing his next venture, stating, "Moving forward, I'll be joining up with Defy Media as a creative director to create new shows across all their brands and work closely with Smosh on exciting new comedy projects." Quote, 2015 changes in hosting lineup. In February 2015, Sam Bashor became a full-time host on SourceFed. On February 27, 2015, SourceFed hosted a live event from YouTube Space LA. The show contained live versions of the weekly recurring shows and spoof bits done by the hosts. The show was live-streamed to YouTube. In 2015, Bree Esrig began appearing on SourceFed news stories, and on March 24, 2015, officially joined the SourceFed team as a full-time employee. On Esrig's hire, the head of Discovery Digital Networks, Jeremy Azevedo, stated, "We are thrilled to have Bree joining the Discovery Digital Networks family and the SourceFed team. SourceFed is the ultimate destination for pop culture news, anchored by the best personalities on the web. Bree's unique mix of humor, intelligence and creativity will only bolster this incredible brand." Within the following week, Hirschberger and Newton announced their departures from SourceFed. Later in the year, former Nickelodeon Australia host Maude Garrett joined the channel as a full-time host. 2016 changes in hosting lineup. In early 2016, longtime recurring guest Mike Falzone was added to the SourceFed staff primarily to head up a newly revised version of #Table Talk, which was brought back to the main channel. Shortly thereafter, it was announced on his personal YouTube channel that longtime host Steve Zaragoza would be going part-time, focusing a majority of his time creating for the Nuclear Family sketch comedy channel. In April, Super Panic Frenzy was shuttered and its primary host, Steven Supsick, was temporarily let go from the staff, and Rainer Scully returned to SourceFed. In June, Jessica Hernandez-Cruz was hired as a co-host to join William Haynes on the People Be Like channel. In August, Maud Garrett announced her departure from SourceFed on August 24. She had been a host on the channel for around 15 months and is leaving for what Garrett calls a huge opportunity for her that she just couldn't pass up. Also in August, longtime guest host Whitney Moore joined the SourceFed channel as a full-time host. On August 29, Rainer Scully announced her departure from SourceFed. On the same day, Philip Molina was announced as a new full-time host on the SourceFed channel alongside Bashaw and Moore. Steven Supsick returned to the SourceFed company as a part-time SourceFed host around early September. Events: 2012 Maxim Hot 100. On February 6 and April 3, 2012, SourceFed crashed the Maxim Hot 100 voting website. The cause of the crashes were due to Burita and Morgan telling their audience through 20 minutes or less to vote for Lee Newton as a write-in candidate. Maxim later came out with an article noting that Newton has list potential. In May 2012, it was announced that Lee Newton placed 57th on the 2012 Maxim Hot 100 list. 2012 Election Hub. SourceFed hosts Meg Turney and Elliot Morgan, along with Philip DeFranco, presented a series of videos as part of YouTube's Election Hub during the 2012 Democratic National Convention and the 2012 Republican National Convention, and joined journalists during live coverage streamed at the end of each night of the conventions. A public relations representative for YouTube stated, "Have awesome partners like Philip DeFranco involved will attract younger viewers and he will have a really fresh take on politics." YouTube's Election Hub channels for major news networks only received several hundred views, whilst DeFranco's videos on Election Hub received tens of thousands. It was put down to it being in an experimental stage. Most of the partners of Election Hub, excluding DeFranco, Al Jazeera English and BuzzFeed, struggled to garner 1,000 views of their on-demand content during the RNC. During the videos, Turney predicted that the DNC will not make a difference for young voters. During the conventions, SourceFed uploaded videos explaining them. #PD's Live 2012 Election Night Coverage. A 5-hour live event hosted by SourceFed and DeFranco was nominated for a Streamy Award for Best Live Event. VidCon appearances. In March 2012, Philip DeFranco announced that he would take the SourceFed crew to VidCon 2012. The four hosts, Morgan, Newton, Burita, and Zaragoza, of 20 minutes or less, along with DeFranco, had a Q&A panel and performed at VidCon 2012. In 2013, SourceFed was announced to be a sponsor of that year's VidCon, as well as special guests of the event. The event would be held in August. During the event, the couch featured on commentary was eaten by Sharkzilla, the mascot of Shark Week. DeFranco previously hosted Discovery Channel's Shark Week event. While at VidCon 2013, DeFranco gathered 554 people to play Ninja, a playground game, claiming the amount would be a world record. SourceFed also made appearances at VidCon in 2014 and 2015. Content: SourceFed News. SourceFed is a series where hosts Steve Zaragoza, Matt Lieberman, William Haynes, Bree Esrig, Candice Carrizales, Mike Falzone, Ava Gordy, Whitney Moore, Philip Molina, and Sam Bashaw present news stories covering a variety of topics. Episodes of the series are presented in a comedic daily newscast format. Barita is the head writer for SourceFed. Sam Bashaw is also a writer for the series. Due to only presenting 5 stories a day, stories covered on SourceFed cross-pollinate, or are influenced by news stories on The Philip DeFranco Show. SourceFed's news stories are also referred to as white wall videos. George Watsky's music is commonly used throughout the series in the background. Notable additional series on main channel. In addition to daily news coverage, SourceFed produces several shows. These include Commentary, January 27, 2012, February 27, 2015, December 17, 2016 present, one of the longest-running series on the channel, second only to the main SourceFed series. The series features hosts voicing their opinion or commentary on the viewers' comments that were posted on the main SourceFed videos. The Loop, March 13, 2015, August 15, 2015, April 30, 2016, September 24, 2016. Host Matt Lieberman discusses 6 topical events from the week prior. Most short segments generally consist of U.S. politics, science, and world news. One-on-One, January 29, 2012, February 11, 2013. An interview-style show, where a member of SourceFed interviews an individual. Mainstream celebrities such as Kevin Pereira, Alice Eve, Gillian Jacobs, and internet personalities such as Hank Green, Justine Esarik, Felicia Day, Woody Allen, and Jenna Marbles are among those who have been interviewed on the series. The New Movie Thing Show, May 11, 2012, January 23, 2015, transferred to SourceFed Nerd, a movie review-style show launched SourceFed on May 11, 2012 as their Saturday show to replace Curb Cash after its season finale the week before. It was originally hosted by Philip DeFranco and Steve Zaragoza, but now each SourceFed host alternates in their appearances on the series. The show was released the same weekend as the SourceFed Movie Club and was eventually moved to DeFranco's main YouTube channel. The series was cancelled shortly thereafter. On September 28, 2012, the show returned on SourceFed with Zaragoza and Meg Turney reviewing the film Looper. A clip from TNMTS was used as a point of criticism against SourceFed. Table Talk, February 19, 2013 present. Transferred to SourceFed Nerd, a series that features 3 of the SourceFed co-hosts, and occasionally DeFranco, and sometimes guests from other industries, speaking about topics and questions that viewers suggested through Twitter, using the hashtag #TableTalk or on Reddit via reddit.com. SourceFed. You can now also use the comments section of the Table Talk videos to submit topics. The series is commonly presented by Strensims and features many recurring bits by all the hosts. The series was taken off the main SourceFed channel and moved to the SourceFed Nerd channel in May 2013. In April 2016, SourceFed Nerd broadcast the last ever #Table Talk on that channel featuring Sam Bashaw showing the new set before a final episode featuring David Kaye and James Arnold Taylor from the Ratchet and Clank video games and movie. As of May 2, 2016, #Table Talk moved back onto the main SourceFed channel, broadcasting daily with Mike Falzone or Sam Bashaw as the regular hosts. Along with the move back to the main SourceFed channel, Table Talk is now available in podcast form on both iTunes and SoundCloud. People Be Like. August 2014 present. Move to People Be Like channel. Host William Haynes shares his thoughts on the world, while mainly focusing on internet culture, trends, and occurrences. SourceFed podcast. April 24, 2015 present. An hour-long podcast featuring a panel of 3 to 4 SourceFed hosts and/or guests including Philip DeFranco, Seychelle Gabriel, Hank Green, and more. The podcast is released on iTunes as an audio podcast every Friday, and the video is uploaded Sundays. SourceFed September 26, 2012 present. Transferred to SourceFed a variety of nerd news that are relevant in the animation, gaming, and comic book communities. The hosts cover nerd news daily on all the current stories and trending headlines. The live superhero roundup covers all the current TV shows that are comic book adaptations. Sam Bashaw, Philip Molina, and Whitney Moore also give you a 101 on superheroes and technology. The Study, a satirical political news show hosted by Elliot Morgan. Controversies. 2014 celebrity photo leak video. In September 2014, Zaragoza and Newton hosted a news story covering various charities' refusal of donations from Reddit, following the then-recent celebrity nude photo leaks. The video received criticism from the SourceFed fanbase, and according to StatSheep, the channel lost over 20,000 subscribers. Additionally, nude photos claiming to be of Hirschberger were leaked onto the internet as part of the hacks that Zaragoza and Newton covered. However, Hirschberger quickly debunked the claims, posting pictures of her birthmarks, proving the leaked photos did not feature her. Following the controversy, Zaragoza posted a message onto his Reddit account defending his stance as he presented in the video. DeFranco also took to Reddit, stating that the significant drop in subscribers was either due to an error of that individual Stats website or YouTube removing dead accounts. Additionally, in response to requests or demands in favor of removing the firing any hosts, DeFranco stated, "No, I let SourceFed control their own creative. The video has slightly more dislikes than likes. Did Google manipulate search for Hillary?" 2016. In June 2016, SourceFed uploaded a video titled "Did Google Manipulate Search for Hillary?", discussing whether or not Google manipulated search results to display Hillary Clinton in an untruthful positive light. At the time, Clinton was the Democratic Party's presumptive nominee for President of the United States in the 2016 election. Matt Lieberman was the host for the video. In the video, Lieberman suggested that Google's autofill feature pulls up results for Clinton's crime reform, despite Hillary Clinton crime being a more popular search term than Hillary Clinton crime reform. At a point of the video, Lieberman stated, "Thanks to the help of our editor Spencer Reed, SourceFed has discovered that Google has been actively altering search recommendations in favor of Hillary Clinton's campaign so quietly that we were unable to see it for what it was until today." Lieberman went on to claim that the intention is clear. Google is burying potential searches for terms that could have hurt Hillary Clinton in the primary elections over the past several months. Quote, "The video attracted considerably more media attention than other SourceFed uploads, as it was referred to in posts by USA Today, The Washington Times, Business Insider, and The Globe and Mail, among other outlets." Shane Dingman, writing for The Globe and Mail, opined that this conspiracy theory post is not typical fare for comedy-focused SourceFed to offer its 1.7 million subscribers. Quote, "Additionally, the video's claims also drew responses from Google. Donald Trump, the Republican Party's presumptive nominee for President of United States, and SourceFed's creator, Philip DeFranco, Trump stated that if SourceFed's claims were true, it is a disgrace that Google would do that. DeFranco accounted that many of his fans wanted to know his thoughts on the video, due to his past ties with SourceFed. In his response, he clarified that he had no creative control on the channel's uploads, and went on to say that the video's claims were potentially concerning, adding, "I think and I'm hoping that there's a non-nefarious explanation. Personally, I would love to hear from Google if they would issue a statement on this." Google did indeed respond, defending its search engine. One representative of the company stated, "Google autocomplete does not favor any candidate or cause. Claims to the contrary simply misunderstand how autocomplete works. Our autocomplete algorithm will not show a predicted query that is offensive or disparaging when displayed in conjunction with a person's name." Matt Cutts, Google's former head of their web spam team, called the video's claims simply false. Cutts also reported that SourceFed did not reach out to Google prior to uploading their video. Reception. On May 26, 2012, the SourceFed YouTube channel reached the 100 million video view milestone. From May to December 2012, Deadline Hollywood tracked the weekly views of all the original premium channels on YouTube. The channel was consistently one of the top original channels every week. On August 1, 2012, SourceFed became the first of the YouTube original channels to reach 500,000 subscribers. In celebration of the event, 20 Minutes or Less uploaded a special video onto SourceFed that featured clips of SourceFed's audience congratulating them and stating the reason that they subscribed to the channel. SourceFed is one of the most popular YouTube original channels, as the channel earns over 20 million monthly views and has a Slate score of 736. The Wall Street Journal noted that it was hard to figure out why the simplicity of the idea behind SourceFed has been able to receive mass appeal. However, due to its success, SourceFed was among the 30 to 40% of original channels to be renewed by YouTube in November 2012. The Nerd spin-off channel hosted a live #Table Talk event during YouTube Comedy Week in 2013, which received over 41,000 streams. On July 14, 2013, the SourceFed channel reached 1 million subscribers. SourceFed was nominated for 4 awards at the 3rd Streamy Awards, winning in the Audience Choice for Series of the Year category. After winning the Streamy Audience Choice Award for Series of the Year, SourceFed was criticized. The Atlantic criticized an episode of the new movie Thing show, and went on to comment, "The audience pick for Series of the Year went to SourceFed, which consists of short clips of people explaining things in loud, fast voices, and it's not even close to quality programming. Just something goofy to watch online." The following year, SourceFed won the award for News and Current Events series, but losing for the Audience Choice Award they had won the year before. Awards and nominations. Appearances in other media. SourceFed creator Philip DeFranco appeared alongside SF host Steve Zaragoza and Lee Newton in a Taco Bell advertisement. The ad unveiled the Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco